Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the shorter version of Twist of Fate was how Prachi begged Shahana to replace her at the wedding altar, and even though if she eventually get married to Siddharth, then Siddharth is not a bad person and Shahana agreed to do that for Prachi. And Rambru goes to rescue Meika from Aliya's gun, and Rambru was able to rescue Meika and it took Meika to the hospital. Let's continue. Siddharth comes to Rambir. Rambir tells Siddharth that Meika is safe at the hospital, though her condition is critical, but she will be fine. Rambir says, I will make everything fine. Siddharth asks Rambir not to go. Rambir says Meika is safe now. You should send me to expose Ria and Aliya. Prachi comes there and asks Siddharth if Rambir knows where Meika is. Rambir says, you have no right to ask me because you kept the truth from me. Siddharth tells Rambir and Prachi that he is getting Aryan's message that everyone is searching for him. Rambir and Prachi did not hear what Siddharth is saying because they were looking at each other. Siddharth thinks that he should go back to calm everyone down. Rambir tells Prachi that Prachi should say sorry rather than showing her eyes. Prachi tells Rambir that you made a mistake and you expect me to apologize. Rambir says it was traumatizing for me to see you agreeing to marry Siddharth. Prachi says I was helpless and I did not want to separate a child from his father. Rambir tells Prachi that you should have told me the truth or give me an hint. Prachi says if you have trusted me, then you wouldn't have asked me to go and marry Siddharth. Rambir says you have done a big mistake by hiding this from me. Prachi says you have done a big mistake by not trusting me. Prachi asks Rambir that how did you think that I will marry Siddharth? Rambir says you were standing with Siddharth and he asks if brother and sister do this. Prachi says I always see Siddharth as my brother and says if you have trusted me, then you wouldn't have doubted me. Siddharth comes there and shows a video to Rambir in which the goons are standing at Meika's side at the hospital. Rambir says I will not leave the goons and he turns to go inside. Rambir goes inside and asks Ria and Aliya when will their bloody game end. Pallavi asks Rambir that where was he? Rambir asks that since when do I have important role in your plan? Aliya thinks that Siddharth has told Rambir everything about she and Ria. Rambir tells Aliya that I came to know your planning, your plotting and your torturing. Pallavi asks Rambir that what are you saying? Rambir says I came to know about Aliya and Ria's plan. Rambir asks Prachi to go ahead and tell everyone everything about Aliya and Ria's plan. Shahana comes in front of them in a bridal attire and says your brother is with you, and she asks Prachi to tell everyone the truth. Ria asks Shahana to be quiet because this is a family matter. Rambir tells Prachi that if she stays silent today, then they would accuse her again. Aliya is about to make a call, but Rambir snatches the phone from her hand and says no drama today. Siddharth snatches the phone from Ria and says no more game. Vikram asks Rambir to tell them what happened. Rambir says this story started from Prachi and my relationship. He says Ria and Aliya had problem with our relationship and that is why they plan to get Siddharth and Prachi married. Rambir tells everyone that Siddharth never wanted to marry Prachi, so Aliya and Ria conveniently kidnapped Meika and they threatened Siddharth that they will kill Meika if Siddharth doesn't call Prachi's baby as his baby. He says Siddharth and Meika have sacrificed for us. Rambir tells everyone that Prachi did not know Meika, but she decided to sacrifice her relationship with me to save Meika. He tells them that Ria and Aliya are talented and they are manipulators, and he asks everyone to look how Ria is crying. Ria says she is crying because of Rambir's lies. Rambir says it is good that I found Meika, else you would have gotten her killed. Ria shouted, asking Rambir to stop. Rambir tells Pallavi that he was a naughty child in childhood, but he had never lied, and this is his quality. He says he is not lying. Ria says you prove your point, now it is my turn. Ria takes the knife in her hand and says whatever you are saying about my aunt and me, you are lying, and says if you say anything wrong against me, then I swear that I will cut my hand. Rambir says good, go ahead and cut your hand. Ria is shocked. Ria tells everyone that I ate lies. Rambir says but I ate you. He says you called Prachi manipulative, characterless, bad and all sort of things, but all these words can be used for you. Ria slit her hand with the knife and she falls down. Prachi owed Ria. Rhea tells Rambo that I can clarify the lies that you put on me, but I thought that suicide is more good because you will be responsible for my death. Aliyah says I will call the police and I will get Rambo arrested. Rhea tells Prachi that you don't have Rambo in your hand, so how can you get him? She says even if I go away from this world, then also I will not let you both unite. She closes her eyes. Prachi shouted. It turns out to be Prachi's imagination. The imagination ends and Prachi shouted. Siddharth asks, are you okay? Rambo asks what happened. Prachi asks Rambo not to go inside and she makes him swear not to go inside. She says go to the hospital and bring Meika and the DNA report of Rhea. She says if we don't have Meika and Rhea's fake pregnancy report, then we cannot expose Aliyah and Rhea. Rambo tells Prachi that I will go and bring both Meika and Rhea's fake pregnancy report, and he asks Siddharth to promise him that he will not let this marriage happen. Siddharth says even if I die, I will not let this marriage happen. Rambo tells Prachi that she should keep all the answers ready because he would ask her when he comes back, and Rambo lives in his car. Prachi asks Siddharth to come from the other side and says if we go together, then people will know. Rambo stops his car and asks Siddharth not to go to the wedding altar and he should come outside. He says he is returning. Siddharth removes his turban and he goes outside again. Rambo comes back and asks Siddharth to check his phone and tells him that he has messaged him all the details of Meika's hospital. He asks him to be with Meika and fight for her. He asks him to entertain her and be at her side until he returns. He says I will not get a good chance again to marry Prachi. He says he will come there. Siddharth leaves. Rambo thinks that from where will he get the similar wedding clothes that Siddharth is wearing, and he thinks to check in his room. Rhea asks Aliyah how Meika was rescued and taken to the hospital. Aliyah says she is trying to reach her men to find out what is going on, but they are not picking the call. Aliyah tells Rhea that Bablu, that is one of Aliyah's goons, had gone to the hospital with his wife and he saw Meika and he sent her the pictures. She says it is good that we came to know everything before Siddharth plays his game. The groom comes there wearing shera, that is a groom's veil. Rhea goes to the groom thinking that he is Siddharth, but he is Ranbir. Rhea threatens him to marry Prachi and she gives him the last warning, saying that he has seen the photos and he has to pay a big price. Ranbir hears Rhea's disgusting threat and he gets very angry, but he sits at the wedding altar and he thinks that he would marry Prachi now. Shahana is sitting as the bride wearing a veil and she thinks that God, please don't get me married to Siddharth. It was okay if I had married Ranbir instead. The priest asks the bride to keep her hand on the groom's hand. Ranbir realizes that it is not Prachi's hand. He peeps into her veil and sees Shahana. He asks what is Shahana doing here. He asks Shahana to go and she should send Prachi there. Shahana turns to Ranbir and says that she has no problem to marry him. Ranbir says he has problem marrying anyone other than Prachi. Shahana tells Ranbir that Prachi made her sit here. Ranbir asks Shahana to go and she should send Prachi. Shahana tells Ranbir how she bumped into Prachi. A flashback is shown. Prachi begged Shahana to sit and get married to Siddharth. Shahana refused at first, but then she agreed and she tells Prachi that she can make this sacrifice for her as a sister, and the flashback ends. Ranbir smiles and thanks Shahana for helping Prachi, but then he asks Shahana to quickly go and bring Prachi. Shahana gets up from the wedding altar suddenly and Pallavi is shocked. Pallavi asks that what is going on, but Grandma interrupts and says that maybe Prachi, that is Shahana, needs something, so she should go and Shahana goes inside. At the hospital, Bablu and another goon look at Meika and they come out of the ward to go out. Bablu tells the other goon that he has seen Meika here and he called and asked Aliyah if she freed Meika, but Aliyah says no, so he is keeping an eye on Meika so that nobody will come to take her. The goons goes outside the ward. Siddharth comes there and gets emotional saying Meika. Meika asks Siddharth to take her home. Siddharth makes Meika sit on the wheelchair and he takes her out of the ward. At home, Shahana brings Prachi to the wedding altar. Prachi doesn't know that Ranbir is sitting as the groom. The priest says that the auspicious time is remaining 15 minutes. Rhea goes to Prachi and she puts Shahana away to take Prachi to the wedding altar so that the wedding can happen quickly. Prachi thinks to waste everyone's time until the auspicious time is over because she doesn't want to marry Siddharth. Remember, Prachi doesn't know that Rambro is sitting as the groom. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and you will get more spoilers of Twist of Fate from me on this channel. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.